Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so passionate.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with Mines. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to the Pressure Podcast. It's Money Monday. Let's
give me a hell yeah!
Coming on you on the day where the greatest speaker I've ever heard had another birthday. So happy birthday, Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, Reverend Martin Luther King. Appreciate all your contributions. I'm sure a lot of people all over the world can appreciate what you did for humanity. So, to that, blessings to you, brother, and blessings to your granddaughter, who's very impressive, speaks Spanish and all that stuff. So, happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody. It should mean a lot to y'all as much as it is to us. It is Martin Luther King Money Monday. It is the day where we will recap the entire weekend of the QFL. We're going to recap a few things of the N3A, and then we're going to congratulate the state of Indiana. That's what Michael Jackson's fucking from.
Be cool, nigga.
To the national championship status. For the third year in a row, a Big Ten team wins. So it was Ohio State, Michigan, then Ohio State, and then now Indiana.
And for the first time undefeated since, forever.
Since Florida State, I think. Yep.
I think it said Yale.
Yale.
I don't know. It was like 18. 19 something.
No. The Florida Seminoles went undefeated with Jameis Winston.
Yeah. All over? I don't think so.
But we didn't play 18 games. Because back then it's only 2 playoff games.
Yeah, it's different. It was different back then too. That's probably why. So that's probably what they meant.
They played 18 games back then in 19 or whatever.
I don't know. That's what's so weird about it. The fact that I was actually surprised to hear that, because when I heard that I was like, what? I could have swore that the LSU with Joe Burrow, they went undefeated.
Maybe.
Football team.
All I know is that the SEC is overrated. They haven't been around a championship game in a very long time to actually win one. What's going on with the SEC? I thought they were the big boys. I thought that's where everybody got all the recruits.
Big boys supposedly play.
I thought that's where all the best players come from. How come they're not performing? How come they're not winning? Because the playoffs have exposed what I've been trying to say about the SEC all the time. That when you get favoritism and votes, obviously you don't have to defend your title as much because you got placed into the top rankings. You didn't earn it. Now you have to earn your way into the championship game, and notice how the SEC doesn't do that very well. So it's easy to get there when you get voted there because of favoritism, but when you have to earn it, time has shown that the SEC is not as strong as everybody thought they were. Not all those 5- and 4-star recruits pan out,
Absolutely. But this was what it was. It was that these teams were undefeated, but they played, like you said, 2 games less. Well, 1 game less.
Well,
so it doesn't count.
Denali,
apparently for some reason.
Denali, you don't get to speak to me today. I'm not even talking about your Lakers. I'm talking about black quarterbacks. Okay, black quarterbacks and white quarterbacks all took a shit. So you can't tell me that the black quarterbacks play better than the white quarterbacks, and nobody's gonna tell you here that the white quarterbacks play better than the black quarterbacks, because all of them play like ass. Every single one of them played like absolute ass. Okay, I've seen a guy who butt fumbles play better than this shit in the fucking playoffs.
Finish him.
All right.
That's been very bad. It's very, very underwhelming, I guess you could say, because you expect in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying, for these quarterbacks to be sharp and at their best, and it just seems like it's turnover over turnover over turnover. I just seen something that said they had 13 turnovers in total between all of them. That's pretty crazy.
Between all who?
Between all the QBs that played.
Oh, maybe even more. Because I don't count a fumble loss as a turnover. If you fumble the ball, I don't care if your team recovers it or not. What the fuck are you doing fumbling in the first place? I count those as turnovers too. Because if a guy, because remember, it's a football. It bounces any way it wants to. All right? And if it just happens to bounce in your own team's hands more often than not, are you going to sit there saying, oh, don't worry about it because we're going to get the fumble anyway? No. You're going to correct that motherfucker because you know that the next time it bounces the other way, it might not bounce the way you want it to. It might bounce into the hands of the defender and run it for 6.
Denali, what's Will Anderson supposed to say? What is he supposed to say? He's supposed to say he's not.
Bro, if Joe Flacco played for the Houston Texans yesterday, they would have won that game.
I'm done. I'm done with you. You just create every type of excuse when it doesn't fall in your eye view.
Let's talk about that game. Here we have the Houston Texans on the road to the New England Patriots where they were favored by 3 and covered. We predicted that the better QB head coach combo belongs in New England, and it proved to be right. As you can see, one quarterback had a 100.7 passer rating, the other one had a 28.0.
What the fuck?
The lowest passer rating I've ever seen in a playoff game. Then you have one quarterback throwing 20 of 47, so he less than 50%, while the other one is 16 of 27. That's above 50%. And then even though one completed 4 more passes, it was only 23 yards. And he had 1 touchdown to 4 interceptions, while the other guy had 3 touchdowns, an interception, and 4 fumbles. Game total of 8 turnovers, second all time for a playoff game. What are your game notes here, bro?
I came in knowing that he was going to struggle against the Texans. I didn't think he would put the ball on the floor on the ground that many times. So my game notes were that the Texans' defense is as good as we thought they were, but C.J. Stroud is as bad as we've been seeing all year, and it hasn't gotten better. It's actually gotten worse.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it from what I take from this, because I just felt like the defense was gonna show up. I felt like both defenses were gonna show up. I expected the quarterbacks to struggle, but I didn't expect them to struggle like this.
Well, I've got 2 quarterbacks I don't trust in this game. My game notes is that neither one of these quarterbacks is Super Bowl ready. My take is that neither quarterback deserves to be in the top 10. And my take on this, my hot take on this, is that neither one of these two happen to be a Saiyan warrior. I don't see Saiyan warrior into either one of those. C.J. Stroud thought he was a Saiyan warrior. The best he could be is a Piccolo, I guess. And Drake May, he's Tien. He's an Earthling, but he's no Saiyan. Team grade, I'm going to give the Texans defense, I'll say a B. I'll give the offense an F. I'm going to give the Patriots defense, I'll say a B as well. I'll give the Patriots offense a C. I'm going to give...
I didn't say that, Denali. He said that, my bad.
I'm going to give C.J. Stroud an F minus. I'm going to give Drake May a C minus.
Okay, I give their offenses both. I give them C's. Defensively, I give them B's, both of them, and the quarterbacks, I'm giving them F's. There's too many turnovers, too many times the ball on the ground. That just I can't rely on that. No, rely on the fact that you put the I agree with what you say, because that is true. He may have not. They may have not recovered every fumble, but you still put it on the ground 4 times. You can't do that, and then you turn the ball over really 5 times, really, if you think about it. Because had they have recovered the other 2 fumbles, then you're talking about 5 turnovers, and that's not good. That's a recipe for disaster. The best teams in the NFL go to the Super Bowl because they don't turn the ball over, and they win the turnover margin. You're not winning games like this. Neither you or the other 2 that played last night were good. They weren't sharp. It was underwhelming. It was really underwhelming because it's probably one of the worst playoffs I've seen in a long time. And I'm talking about I'm talking about like guys like Mark Sanchez who have performed better. I watched Tim Tebow perform better than this. That's not a good sign.
They say Tim Tebow can't throw. CJ Stroud, you can throw, and your passer rating is 28. Not even Tebow reached a passer rating that low. I'm surprised Drake May's passer rating is at 100. It should be at 50. He had a horrible game. The reason I gave him a C minus is because he's younger, he's more inexperienced, and because he actually made some plays to give him.
Well, they're taking into account that half of those fumbles didn't get picked up by the other team, which is, I think that they need to change that because at the end of the day, let's say they do. We're talking about 5 turnovers. I don't care how you scratch that. Like it's 5 turnovers.
No. He had 4 turnovers, 4 fumbles that were lost. He had 2 more that were recovered by his team.
Even worse.
Robert Saleh to the Titans. It's okay. It's an okay move. Saleh's not a bad coach.
Yeah, he's not a bad motivator. I don't know about him as a head coach yet, but he's not a bad motivator.
But
I give him that.
I think he's one of those coaches that needs to go to an established team. I think he would have been a better hire for like Atlanta type deal. But a team that's rebuilding or building up, to me, that's not the right coach. What's it called? I hope they don't fire Texas coach because he doesn't deserve to get fired. I think they need a new offensive coordinator. They need somebody who can fix C.J. Stroud. And as far as New England, they got to fix Drake May and make him more ball security aware than he is right now because the defense you're going to play next is not going to be any easier. And you're not going to be at home this time. So I think that neither one of these teams deserve to win by the way their offensive play. Defensively, that's where I thought they both did pretty good. They couldn't force their opponent off the field at will, but they did make some key stops and a bunch of turnovers. But I gotta give half of those turnovers on the defense. The other half is on the dumbass quarterbacks for making dumbass mistakes. So that's what Drake made.
Goddamn white boy.
No. You said that's what he's saying.
I'm saying that they shouldn't. D'Amico Ryan shouldn't be fired. He should not be fired. I hope he doesn't get fired because of that. Because it's not his fault. I think they need to fix C.J. Stroud. They need an offensive coordinator to do that. I think that whatever offensive coordinator they've had is not working anymore, and they need a Cliff Kingsbury kind of shit to right the ship up. Mike McDaniels maybe, who knows? But New England, listen, they should be the favorites next week against the Broncos because of Jarrett Stidham. But
if I'm Mike McDaniels, I want to go somewhere where the quarterback's established. I don't want to have to fix something.
Mike McDaniels, I don't think it matters. He's one of those coaches where he'll make do with whatever quarterback you give him. And C.J. Stroud is a better quarterback than Tua. I think that he could make it work with C.J. Stroud.
We'll see where he wants to go because I keep hearing he's set on probably staying over here in the South.
Maybe go to Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's not a bad fit at all. Go to Tampa. That way you don't have to sell your house or your apartment or whatever. Your kids can stay in their school, and you can see them. You know what I'm saying, a little bit, not as often, but still pretty often, more often than before.
Because I think that's what he's thinking about. Like, he doesn't want to get his, you know what I'm saying, his kids out of where they're at. Because that moving around shit, that shit gets old. I've done it before.
So it looks like Mendoza, who just won the championship, he looks like the clear-cut number one quarterback of this draft. Who's going to be the coach of Oakland?
That boy got hard, man. If anything, he got hard. I don't know. It's a good question.
Who says Dolphins hired a new coach?
Yeah, that was the guy they hired. Yeah, Jeff Halfley. I don't know who that is though. Might be a offensive genius, maybe. We shall see. I don't never knock moves until I see them. Like
he's a defensive coordinator for Green Bay Packers,
and I mean for a while. I don't knock them their first interview. I don't knock them because they look like they can't coach. None of that shit. If you do it, you do it. Actions speak louder than words.
If I'm like Arizona or New York already got one. Doug McDermott is not a bad coach, or Mike Tomlin not be a bad coach for Las Vegas.
I could see that. I heard Brian Dable's thinking about teaming up with Sean McDermott again and be the offensive coordinator for him. So wherever he goes, he might go to.
No, then that means he's going to New York. But McDermott's a defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. You saying as a defensive coordinator? You're saying as a defensive?
No, I'm saying as a head coach for Las Vegas or for Arizona. I would definitely take Mike Tomlin or McDermott. Those are proven coaches.
And Dable basically saying he's going to the Jets.
And Brian Dable's still with the Giants, so he's the one that got Harbaugh interested in New York.
Oh, okay.
So if he's talking to McDermott, it's probably as a defensive coordinator because they already got a coach over there.
Okay.
I think if I was Arizona or Las Vegas, I strongly consider one of those two coaches. Let them pick their quarterback, take off running. So yeah, that's my game note. CJ Stroud is broken, and no fix in sight. And Drake May is too inexperienced. He needs help ASAP because he's going to the Mile High Stadium. Not looking good over there. Then we got the Hollywood Rams.
Shield your eyes again.
Who were 3.5-point favorites, did not cover against the Chicago Bears. 20-17 low scoring game. I don't think anybody had the under on this one, even with the snow. Nobody expected a defensive game. Matthew Stafford, 67.4 passer rating was pathetic. 20 of 42, which is worse than half. 258 and 2 fumbles. He had no touchdowns. Not MVP caliber. Then you have Caleb Williams, 59.3. He was worse. 23 of 42 for 257 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, but he had 3 ugly interceptions. One of those came in overtime to help LA advance. What are your game notes here?
My game notes here were, I also mentioned this on Saturday that my X factors were to get the ball to their playmakers. For some reason, they didn't want to run the ball. DeAndre Swift, he looked like he was running the ball effectively, and so was Connor Williams. My biggest game notes are that Matthew Stafford looks like he's in a slump as far as being consistent throughout the whole game. He's good in the fourth, but other than that, I haven't seen it. And then Caleb, to me, he's a work in progress. It's gonna take some time. I wasn't expecting them to go this far, so they shouldn't be upset at where they were able to, what they were able to accomplish, and on top of that, they still give themselves a chance to win this game.
My game notes is that Stafford reaches his peak and he's on a downward spin. I don't know if y'all saw this earlier this morning. It was a reported emergency was sent out to the peninsula in Russia. These motherfuckers were buried in snow. I don't know if you saw that, bro, but
Yeah, I didn't see it.
bro, they were like New York apartment buildings, 9th, 10th floor each.
Oh,
Snow right
shit.
there to it. And their kids sliding down the snow all the way down. They don't know how to act because record amount of snow. Like literally, they had to shut down the whole city. Emergency was set for people that were trapped inside, in the lower levels, and the street sweepers had to do a lot of work because it was just too much snow, and that's what's going on with with Stafford's talents. It's just going downhill. It's just too many games in a row now where he's just inaccurate. It's not that the defense got to him because, no, he wasn't under pressure all day. It's just that he was misfiring. He could not get to his guys that were open, and those guys were getting open. I don't think the Rams are going to win anymore just because of how Stafford is playing. Because the thing is, the Seahawks defense is incredible, but that defense isn't going to do shit to Matthew Stafford if he's on his game. Matthew Stafford is just not going to be on his game, and I don't expect Sam Darnold to be either, but I expect him to be better than Stafford. My other game note is that Caleb Williams is a choke artist as well. This man was pathetic. Before the fourth quarter started, all this man had amassed was a touchdown on, what was it? They said it's 8 of 16 or something like that. At that moment, in the last, with 7 or 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, when he started his drive, in the entire second half, all he had was, he was 2 of 8 for 15 yards and an interception. Okay. Then on that ensuing drive, he was 2 of 6, and listen to this. He was 2 of 6 on fourth down versus Green Bay. He was 1 of 4 on fourth down versus the Rams. Okay.
I'm listening.
And then all of a sudden, he throws one lucky pass, and now his numbers go from that to 5 for 9 for 58 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. It looks clutch because he had a similar play against Green Bay and a similar play against a few other people. But those were, he aimed it at the receiver. This one was a flutter ball that was not a strike. This one was, hey, let me just get out of the way and throw something up and hope for the best. And it worked because somebody in the Hollywood Rams does not know how to read the ball in the air. And you thought, whoa, Caleb Williams got this. He got lucky, but he's got a chance to win this game. And when overtime started, this man was marching down the field. He had a smile on his face. The team had confidence. You're like, oh, they're going to win this game. That's it. Hollywood just fucked it up. And then comes the interception of doom. Now, I get it. Most of that interception is on DJ Moore's part. He did stop running for some reason. But that's not the point. The point is Caleb Williams has to recognize that he does not need to go for the home run of that. All he needed was 15 yards, and he's in field goal range. He had DeAndre Swift, who had a great game in the ground. He forgot to game manage like I told him to do in the gravity room. So,
You can throw it right there.
for team grades, I'm going to give the Hollywood Rams defense a B and their offense an F, except for the running back. And I'm going to give the Bears defense a B plus because they did a phenomenal job trying to blanket some of those guys and make sure Devontae Adams doesn't get broke loose. But that wasn't mostly on the defense. Half of that is because Stafford was misfired. There were times he was open and he just couldn't connect. QB grades, I'm giving Stafford an F, and I'm giving Caleb Williams a C minus. I'm gonna give him the same letter grading curve I give Drake May because it's only his second time in the playoffs. Matthew Stafford, no. He's had too much experience. He knows it's an F game. This is a C minus game. He did do good at some points, and he gave his team a chance to win, which is what you could always hope for a franchise QB. So Chicago looks like you got a franchise QB, but the man's a choke artist. He's not as clutch as everybody thinks he is, and I'm telling you right now, he takes too many chances. He's a little too Josh Allen for me. And I hate that when guys have a talented arm because that's what they are, reckless.
Because then they're reckless, exactly. It's just a mentality thing. I agree. I'm gonna give Matthew Stafford a C minus, as well as Caleb Williams. But the reason why I'm giving Matthew Stafford a C minus is because I thought he made a great throw to Devontae Adams late in the game, and then he did the same exact thing on a third and I think it was a 3rd and 10 to Nakua. And that was the biggest play of the game. So I felt like when he needed to make the plays, he made them, but he hasn't been consistent as far as the whole game. We haven't seen that guy actually. I can actually argue the last time we seen that guy was against Seattle, and then we didn't see that guy in the fourth quarter because in the fourth quarter that's where he kind of like crumbled. They dropped a lot of passes and shit, but offensively, Chicago, I give them a B. Because I thought they was running the ball effectively. I just don't know why they wasn't giving them the ball. And then I give the Rams a B as well because I think they was running the ball effectively. Kyron Williams had 2 touchdowns, so I just felt like he was pretty much the biggest part of the offense. And then defensively, I give them both a B as well. B plus. B plus is all around. I thought they held their own, especially Chicago. That was surprising as hell. I was watching I was looking at the stats, and I'm like, oh, Devontae got to have like at least 50 yards. So I look, and this nigga doesn't even have a catch. So like, what the hell?
It was an ugly weekend, as you mentioned. Look at this right here. This is halftime of the New England game. C.J. Stroud was 10 of 26 for 124 yards, a touchdown, and 4 interceptions. Meanwhile, Drake May was 10 of 19, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interceptions, and 3 fumbles, 1 lost. He had 2 more lost fumbles in the second half. This is ridiculous. Look at this. This is a record right here. The Broncos and Bills have the record for most total turnovers in any playoff game with 9. The Seahawks have 3 of their own. The Patriots, Texans almost matched it with 8 of their own, and then the Rams and Bears had 4. All put together, that's 24 fucking turnovers in a 4-game span. That's basically 6 turnovers a game. That's way too goddamn much. Interesting, though, since the Bills did fire Doug McDermott, it'd be very interesting if Cliff Kingsbury go over there.
To the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that, but then I was thinking, do they want the guy with that little bit of experience as a head coach? Is my only thing. With that one. But I could see it.
Usually, elite teams, that's what they hire. That's usually what elite teams hire. They
I ain't
usually
gonna
don't.
lie, you gotta strike when the iron's hot. That guy's on fire the last, 3 years?
When the Niners hired Don Walsh, he wasn't the highest touted dude. They thought he was a loser. When they got Bill Parcells for the Giants, they got him because he was a defensive coordinator. They just promoted him. And Bill Belichick was promoted alongside with him.
Sometimes you just need to have, those pieces.
When Bill Belichick went to the New England Patriots, he wasn't exactly touted as the greatest head coach. They go with usually unproven guys that look like they have a lot of potential. Mike Tomlin is one of the examples. John Harbaugh is another example. They were nobody's when they got hired. They were just good candidates.
I could have seen Tomlin going over there too, but I think Tomlin's gonna sit the season out.
We shall see. But this is just too many turnovers. This is 24. That's just insane. So here's the updated playoff picture. We got the Rams and the Seahawks, and then you got the Patriots at Broncos. However, the Broncos have lost their quarterback, Bo Nix, for the year thanks to a broken ankle. Jarrett Stidham is now going to be the starting quarterback against Drake May and company. Meanwhile, the Seahawks rolling off a beatdown of the San Francisco 49ers are going to come and invite the Hollywood Rams with a MVP favorite quarterback who has a championship ring, who's playing like ass. He has no momentum coming into this game. So that's where we're at for the playoff picture here.
It sucks, honestly. I just the fact that Denver didn't grab somebody to be their backup quarterback, knowing that Bo Nix could have got hurt at any second. The fact that Matthew Stafford is playing, to me, the worst I've seen all year. The fact that Caleb Williams doesn't live up to the bill. I just feel like I haven't seen anything exciting as far as the quarterback position goes in this playoffs this year. When I saw it last year, like, shit, I would say all 3 games. There ain't nobody telling me Jaden Daniels wasn't balling. You can't say Jared Goff wasn't doing his thing. I mean, like...
All right, let's look at it again.
Shit.
Let's look at this shit again. Look at this C.J. Stroud Drake May turnover fest. Okay, you see that. Look at the Caleb Williams numbers. 3 interceptions and Stafford with 2 fumbles, okay? And look at the passer rating, 67.4, 58.3. The only one that had a respectable passer rating was Drake May. But
he ain't getting no yards either.
we saw was a bunch of choke artists, okay?
We didn't see too much in this.
What we saw was a bunch of choke artists, okay? None greater than Josh Allen, which I always said the greatest choke job in QFL history. So I broke it down. Have a surprise for you, broski. We have the QFL choke artist tiers, baby. Let's go.
Give me a hell yeah.
There's the bronze, there's the silver, and there's the gold. Let's look at Josh Allen. He's bronze. He has the worst passer rating out of the 3. Right? These are the top 5 QBs. Okay. These are the guys that choked the last time they were in the playoffs. This is the exact numbers of each of these guys' last playoff game. Okay? Josh Allen on Saturday, 90.0 passer rating. That's worse than Drake May. 24 for 39, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 3 fumbles. Just flat out ugly.
Cool, nigga.
Just ugly.
That's bad.
But other than Drake May, what quarterbacks match this? None. Mahomes, 95.4 passer rating against your Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. You remember this game. 21 of 32 for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a fucking fumble.
Cool, nigga.
And honestly, those numbers should be worse because those 3 touchdowns, that was in garbage time.
Garbage time. But let's be nice. Then you got the gold standard. Lamar Jackson. Look at this. 114 passer rate. It looked like he had a good game to me. 18 of 25 for 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, just an interception and a fumble.
What game is this?
That's the Bills game.
Okay.
The one Mark Andrews dropped the pass.
Yeah, you can. I mean, those look pretty good.
For a choke artist, I'll take this over all the other guys. But how come when he plays like this, he loses, but when Drake May plays like he plays, he wins? Why come when Matthew Stafford has 2 fumbles, he wins, but when Lamar has 2 fumbles, which has never happened, he's only had 1 fumble in a game his entire career in the playoffs. It's the most. He's never had 4 turnovers like Mahomes or 5 like Josh Allen. The most he's ever had was 3. That was against the Bills. The Titans. So what do you say here, bro?
Somebody said Josh Allen has more turnovers in this playoff run than Jalen Hurts has his whole career in the playoffs. That's crazy as hell to me because if you really think about it, he's really only had 2 successful seasons in the playoffs. The other ones, we got smacked the fuck up by the Buccaneers. So how the fuck does he only have I think they said 7 turnovers? Mm-hmm. It's insane. That's amazing to me.
Now, the reason I put this up here is not to say that Lamar Jackson's the better quarterback. It's to show you what kind of quarterback play we're used to seeing in the playoffs, whether they win or lose, whether they're choking or not. And it's no comparison. These games, none of the quarterbacks were on it. Not one. Not one.
I think next time I'm gonna pull up a graphic so we can see what they did last year in the playoffs as far as like the quarterback play, because I thought that shit was pretty legit. Very consistent, not too many turnovers. Yeah, there was turnovers, but it was like they still kept themselves in the game. They were scoring. It was definitely one of those. Yeah, we lost today. But the better news is, shout out JB, man. I don't even care about the rest. Shout out JB.
Bron's All-Star streak is over.
Well deserved.
He should have never had a 21-year run. He should have only had 10 years maximum. He wasn't that good all the time. He wasn't that good in LA. In none of the LA years was he an all-star.
Be cool, nigga.
Well, Denali said they played the best team in the East.
Jamal Murray should have made the all-star game instead of LeBron James.
The best team in the East is Detroit. They play hard every night. They play defense every night. And they give themselves a chance to win. They are not the juggernaut offensively. But when you talk about defense and giving your team second chance points and offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, that team gets it. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
I meant to put money on the Spurs game because Martin was out.
Jesus, the Cavs got smoked it.
Yeah.
The Warriors smoked the Heat.
The Warriors are on one now.
Yeah, Kuminga woke their ass up talking about trading. It's like, what? Gonna show you what you're supposed to look like to be able to get a demand for a trade, motherfucker. Who the fuck you think you are? Let me show you. This is what a guy is supposed to look like when he's demanding a trade. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, those guys can ask for a goddamn trade. You can't ask for shit. You can stay right there and build your bones right there, nigga.
But the Warriors are on one. Look at them. They're 25-19. They're doing the exact opposite of what my Knicks are doing. My Knicks are tanking all of a sudden. Just flat out tanking.
I'm gonna lie, man. The Celtics,
guys
you're
are
right.
too
They
low.
get Tatum, bro. It's over for the. I just don't see it. Like as far as I'm looking at the Knicks, and even the Knicks are like, I know they're struggling, but I still think that's the strongest team to beat in the East. But if they get Tatum,
Brother, don't tell me about the Toronto Raptors. My New York Knicks are struggling right now. We look like ass, and we still ahead of the Toronto Raptors in the standings. That's how the Toronto Raptors are playing. The way that my Knicks are playing right now, that's how the Toronto Raptors are playing all season. And you want me to believe that no one wants to see them in the first round? Bitch, that's the only team I see I want in the first round. I'd rather face the Raptors than face the Sixers,
bro. Let me tell
the
you.
Magic, the Cavs, the Heat. Maybe not the Bulls, the Hawks, and the Bucks, but you know what I'm saying. Actually, the Bucks, I'd rather face the Raptors than the Milwaukee Bucks. Even if Doc Rivers, especially if Doc Rivers is the coach, I would still take Toronto as the easy opponent.
So, remember when you was talking about how the Celtics could beat these teams now? Nigga, I'm in full agreement with what you of that now. That team, if they get Tatum back, or they don't even need Tatum to beat the rest of those teams in the East or even the West. But in order to like face a Spur or a Nuggets, you gonna need Tatum back in order to win, in my opinion. But you give yourself every chance. That team's got depth. No one would. I want to play the Raptors. Fuck yeah, I would love to play the Raptors. We own the Raptors. You know the Raptors don't have.
I don't respect the Raptors
They
as a
ain't
playoff
beat us
contender, bro.
in forever, bro. And I
Name-
think the last time they beat us, it was actually the guy you guys traded to them, who went crazy.
Yeah, name your contenders in the Western Conference and name your contenders in the Eastern Conference, Denali. Because in the Western Conference, I see the Thunder, the Spurs, the Nuggets, if Jokic is back, the T-Wolves. That's it. And in the East, I see the Knicks, Celtics, Pistons. That's it.
For real, bro. Unless you want.
And I'm about to take my Knicks out of that list.
And I'm about to put the Cavs up. But they keep playing good too, but they got smacked tonight. That's not how you want to lose. If you're gonna lose, you gotta lose like where the game's close. They got smacked. Jesus. Oh, I was talking about Manuel Quickly. When you guys traded Manuel Quickly to Toronto, that's when Toronto beat us. Because Manuel Quickly was crazy. He had like 6 threes or some shit. Oh no, don't put the Celtics in there now. We don't want to hear that shit.
Nope. You didn't have the Celtics.
You
a
know
few
that?
months
That's
ago.
how it's going.
I did.
Yeah, he's the only one.
I did.
I didn't even.
I had it all in my receipts right there, so you can see the power rankings. I did.
You see how easy it is to say you was wrong? It's easy, bro. It's okay. We're human.
Brother, the Rockets are not better than the T-Wolves, and the T-Wolves are not contenders. So how could the Rockets be? You think the Rockets beat the T-Wolves in a 7-game series? Be honest with yourself. Because I don't. I do not.
I could see it if KD go crazy, but I just don't see KD going more crazy than Anthony Edwards.
I was about to say, KD can go crazy, but they ain't got nothing for Julius and Ant-Man over there. And if Divisional and all these guys show up, it's over. And they're more likely to show up than anybody in the Rockets are going to show up since they can't shoot anyway. You expect them to shoot in the playoffs?
Nah. But they are missing somebody, a key piece of their offense.
Who?
Van Vliet.
I was going to say fuck Van Vliet, but that's one of my favorite fantasy players of all time. Fuck out of here. The Wolves are mid. The Wolves are mid.
To each his own.
I just told you, the Wolves are not a contender, but even then, they're still better than the Rockets. I'm not asking you if the Wolves are not mid. I'm asking you, would you put the Rockets over the Wolves? You think the Rockets should beat the Wolves in a 7-game series? With what shooting? This is the N3A, the Negro 3-Point Addicts Association. If you cannot shoot a 3 and let your arm hang low and inject yourself with heroin, you ain't gonna win much in the playoffs. You saw your Lakers last year against the exact same team we're speaking about. Oh, and they play defense too. It's not like the Rockets are the only ones that are defensive here.
I picked the Rockets over the Lakers, though. If you want to go there, we can go there.
How are the Rockets absolutely better? They can't shoot. How are they better? And don't tell me they're better defensively because it ain't by much. The T-Wolves are a very good defensive team too. They're just better all around. They have better weapons. They have more cohesion. They are also a lot more battle-tested than Houston is.
You must like inconsistency.
Why should I believe you? You're over here crying that C.J. Stroud is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he had one of the worst passer ratings I've ever seen in my life. Not to mention, the man is now 0-3 in the divisional round. The Texans are 0-7 for their franchise.
Did you see that stat they put up in the Bills-Broncos game about Josh Allen in overtime?
What?
He's 0-6 and 0-3 in the playoffs.
Yeah, and remember how I put the I have it right here. Houston is 0-6 all time in the divisional round. They're now 0-7. Thanks to this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So
Damn.
That's Denali over there trying to tell me what I know. He's trying to tell me that the T-Wolves are better than the Lakers, and the Rockets are better than the T-Wolves. Come playoff time, watch the Rockets be bounced way before the T-Wolves will. You know why? Because they cannot shoot. They can't shoot.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've seen an NBA team that can shoot?
Timberwolves got more consistent shooters.
When's the last time you've seen an NBA contender that couldn't shoot? I'm waiting for it.
Shit. Got me there.
I'm waiting for it.
Got me there, bro.
Because the thing is, Denali makes a mistake a lot of casuals do. He goes by their individual record. The Rockets played Memphis one game and then the Phoenix the other game and then New Orleans another game. Yeah, they could go 3-0 then. But if they have to play a team like the T-Wolves in a 7-game series, they're not going to win more than one game.
Were you game planning what that other opponent's doing and all you got to focus on is that other opponent? Yeah, it's different.
And when's the last time Kevin Durant was relevant in the playoffs? It's been a while. It's been a while.
I'd say Golden State.
It's been a while, so I don't fear Kevin Durant.
I mean, if you want to say Brooklyn, but I mean, to me that's irrelevant because he didn't do shit. Even though they say he hit a shot,
he stepped on the line.
Why did he step on the line?
He stepped on the line and fucked it up. He lost it overtime. All he did was delay the inevitable.
That's on him.
So I don't know what Denali sees over there.
Oh,
and if you think Amen Thompson is just gonna raise the roof on Houston, then hey, God bless him. I hope he does. I just don't see it right now. I got to go with what I see right now. And I don't see the T-Wolves as an elite team, and let alone the Rockets out of all teams. No, you can't be elite. You can't shoot in this league. The Warriors are making noise. I think the Warriors are going to overtake where the Lakers are. They're going to end up 6th.
I mean, they just keep falling. They keep drifting away. You see that, right?
They used to be a top 3 team, top 4 team. Not no more. What's going on with the Lakers? Y'all need a trade. Y'all should trade Reeves for some defense. That's what they should do.
I like how you said for some defense. You didn't even give a name. You just said some
Dylan
defense.
Brooks or whatever they want to get over there. Whatever Denali says he wants.
Whoever you want defensively.
Go get him come buckets over there. Kaminga. Go get him. Trade Reeves away. Trade Bronny away. And you should play a lot better, bro. I promise you. They're roasting Bronny in Charlotte out of all the teams. Charlotte got no room to speak. What's Charlotte's record over here? Look at them. They're 12th. They're below the play-in line.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
16 and 27 over there. They're over there talking shit to you guys who are.
I know
Lakers,
what Denali. You know what
25-16.
Denali's gonna say. Denali's gonna say they be OKC. You better not ever lose to Charlotte. Like, we never lose to Charlotte. Yo, if we lose to Charlotte, I'll be heated.
No, it's just that
I'll be heated.
supposedly Denali's GOAT and Denali's greatest team of all time is getting disrespected by the lowly Hornets in their own house.
They was getting their ass.
It wasn't in Charlotte. It was in L.A. They were talking about the GOAT's son.
Ronnie got 2. Oh, how the fuck does that even happen?
Bronny got 2 All-Star votes. Yeah, he got one from himself and one from his dad. That's why.
Finish him.
Those are the only 2 people that voted him. Himself and his dad.
That's the most roasted shit
Not
I've
even his
ever
own
seen.
little
bro.
brother.
That is
Not even
crazy.
his mom.
Nigga.
Not even his auntie. Nobody. Not his cousins. None of them. I'm sure he has cousins. I'm sure he has cousins all over Akron, Cleveland.
He probably got something like LaMelo
Nobody
Ball
voted for
talking about ass. That nigga ass.
What? He's building resorts, yeah, with a bunch of bricks. That's with a bunch of bricks is how he's building that resort. He bricking, boy. Bronny is ass. It's the worst professional basketball player I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, this is looking like bitch.
Yeah, I'm saying it. He's the worst professional basketball player I've ever seen.
Oh man. What about Giannis' brother?
Nah, he can at least rebound.
I think Ronnie could do some defensive stuff.
Nah, because I seen that guy average like 5 points one time. Bronny's never averaged more than a point in a game. Not 1 point, bro. He's never averaged more than a point in a game.
What the fuck?
That's just the truth about Bronny, and they parade him in L.A. like he's a
Bro, let's keep it real. Like,
superstar in the making.
I don't care who they get. I just don't see them as contenders. Like, I don't care who they get. I really don't.
You know what? For basketball, I'm not going to put the shelter on. I'm going to put the Bronny Arena. Let's put the arena with Bronny's statue there. And just fill them up with all the bums of the week. The Bronny of the Week award. That's what I'm going to call him, the Bronny of the Week award.
But you keep. Then you get. Then what about Bronny Love? So he's the first one in there.
Nah. So this is starting after the football season. The football had the shelter.
But that's his name, Bronny Love. How you not gonna keep him in the?
He might be the mayor. One of the janitors.
Gotta be something in there. He's a pioneer, damn it. Shit. That is funny.
Oh yeah, they need defense. The Rockets need shooting. Those 2 teams need to make trades. Oh, there you go. There you go. Trade with each other. They need shooting, so give him Austin Reeves. You need defense. Give him whatever they give you. Just take it with a smile. Even if you've never heard the name, they can play defense. It'd be better than anything you have in the roster already. Shit, for Austin Reeves, you might be able to get 2. 2 for 1, bitch. Ain't no draft pick. Fuck it.
Maybe like Tyreek Eason. and Jabari Smith. There you go. That's a good trade.
Because y'all don't need Austin Reeves. He's a liability on defense. You don't need him.
And then you got 3 liabilities on defense.
I mean, who you don't need is LeBron James, but you're never going to trade him. So
I don't think they can.
They can.
Everybody would want him.
Everybody would want him.
For what?
But he'll never go there. Shit, they'll take him anywhere to sell tickets.
Maybe my goddamn defense.
They'll do anything to sell tickets.
No, yeah, you're right.
The Brooklyn Nets will happily take LeBron James.
What the fuck would you get back?
Michael Porter, a shooter, and a defender. I'd do it, but LeBron will never do it. So you're gonna have to trade Austin Reeves, bro. Austin Reeves got to go. You're not going to be able to get better without trading Austin Reeves. I'm just letting you know right now. You have no other pieces that people want. Nobody. All right, then keep doing what you're doing now because it ain't going to work. LeBron and Luka cost too much, and the Lakers ain't going to trade him. And Austin Reeves is the only next best thing that you got. You got nothing else that people want. Nothing. You understand that? That's how bad your roster is. You have nothing else that people want. That is useful. Nothing.
Dominate.
No, you're not built. You're built offensively to win a championship game. Defensively is the problem. Defensively, you're not even built to win a Pee Wee and YMCA game, bro. You're letting people blow up right past you. Like, you guys allow the most points in the league. It's pathetic. You're supposed to be professionals, and you don't even know how to guard. J.J. Redick's the best coach of all time, he says.
How bad did the Pistons beat them that one time? Like,
don't know.
It was
but when they meet real teams, they get cracked.
Yeah.
They get cracked. No Vaseline either, bro. It's pretty hard.
Nah, bro. You guys went up. You guys went up against the Celtics without. I think it was. I think Hauser wasn't playing either.
And got blown out.
And we still felt the ass. Had no chance. And don't hit me with that. They didn't have Luka shit. I mean, with they didn't have LeBron shit because I don't want to hear that. LeBron wasn't gonna make the difference. I'm sorry. That team's not that anymore, bro.
What's LeBron gonna do?
That man's aura is gone now. They don't know what that is anymore.
Is eat up.
They ain't scared of him, bro. They ain't scared of him.
Him and Bronny is just to sell tickets. They're not trying to win. They try to sell tickets. And then we got Luka here. So for the real basketball fans, there you go. For the casuals, we got LeBron and Bronny, and then for the real fans, we got Luka. That's what they're thinking. And then the Laker fans have delusioned themselves into thinking that they're gonna win a championship. They're not passing the first round. Shit, they're lucky they're not in the play-in by the time the shit ends because it looks like the Suns and the Warriors have caught.
Matter of fact, didn't the Trailblazers give it to you?
Yes.
Oh, no, come on now.
Yes.
And the Trailblazers, to me, they on the rise. So.
Did they beat the Hawks?
Hmm?
Did they beat the Hawks?
Yeah, they beat the Hawks.
You sure about that?
Yeah,
let's double check.
No, they beat the Hawks.
Let's double check.
I think everybody's beating on the Hawks right now. It's the Hawks. They ain't got no. Jalen Johnson, that's it. That's the only guy that could count him for.
They beat the Raptors, not the Hawks.
No, but they played the Hawks like I think 2 days before that or something.
They lost to the Trailblazers. No, I'm not scrolling back anymore. You lost to the Hawks. You lost to the Hawks. It was Friday, more than likely. No, it was Thursday because they just played 2 days in a row. Right? So just then. Nope, you lost to the Hornets. I'm not going back anymore. You got your ass spanked by the Hornets. That's when LaMelo Ball's over there. Is that Bronny? Trash ass. They read his lips and everything. Pause. How you let the lowly Hornets come into the GOAT's house with all your banners and the Godson's son in Bronny and get shamed by the lowly Hornets. And not only that, you lost to them. Fuck the fact that you let them talk shit to you in your own house. You lost to them. The Hornets? Come on, man. Had it been the Warriors, the Spurs, a team with some equity. You know what I'm saying? Even the goddamn Bulls have more equity than the Hornets. And the Bulls haven't been shit since Jordan. You know, it's like the Clippers coming to Boston and talking shit. Niggas, y'all don't even got a banner in your new stadium to hang with your 80-year history. You have no banners. You have no room to talk. LaMelo Ball that's what they did. They went in there and talked about Bronny James. How do you feel about that, Nolly? It was viral. It went viral. Everybody saw that. You guys are roasted. For you to speak with your chest out day in and day out on my podcast is crazy work. You need to get tested. You need to get psychologically
Everybody got all Jalen ass when Jalen was talking
analyzed.
about. I don't think he's a pro. I think it's clear as day that he's not at this point.
Broski.
I mean, he hasn't shown me any glimpse of anything. I just don't see it. And his brother, he might well just not even try. He might well just not try. Hey, there's a lot of great players that came before their kids, and sometimes you try to live up to that. Obviously, you're not. And then on top of that, you probably just don't have the genes. You probably just don't have it in your genes. And most of the time, that's the truth. They just don't have it in their genes.
You ever seen the anime My Hero Academy?
No.
So it's like X-Men, but anime style. People are born with a special, it's called a quirk, instead of a mutation. And they, at puberty, they hit superpower levels and shit, right? One guy, all his best friends finally hit it, and he's waiting, and he never gets it. He's quirkless. That's Bronny James. That's Bronny James. He's quirkless. He's not a mutant. Whatever his dad is, he's the exact opposite. He's what his dad is if his dad would have never dedicated himself and decided to hustle in the streets and sell drugs instead. Get a criminal record. Fuck up his glory. That's what Bronny James did. They said Bronny James was pampered. He grew up very, very good. He never had to ask for nothing in his life. He had a basketball father every step of the way. And he probably had an indoor basketball gym. So he could practice more basketball than any average motherfucker in the NBA could have, okay?
And trained.
And he's the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. That's what that is.
Goddamn white boy.
His dad didn't want to give him his resume. He's like, nah, son, that's mine.
And then Ali got the nerve to have his chest out here like it's a wet t-shirt contest. Pause. Acting like his Lakers are all big and bad. Every single week we have to hear about this man and his goddamn Lakers. That don't mean shit to me. Or nobody of our viewers. Just him. Just him. My cousin's a Laker fan and he's been very, very quiet this season because he knows he has no defense. He knows he has no defense. They're not going to get past the first round. Hey, you don't see me over here gloating about my Knicks. It's been about 3 weeks my Knicks have been playing like this, and I want my coach gone already. I want him fired, and then I want him wearing cement shoes in the Hudson when it's frozen cold. That's what I want. Not Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone gets worse. There was a meme. There was a meme of what's that movie called Field of Dreams, where they tell you like he's at a big cornfield in the middle of Montana, whatever, and it's like if you build it, they come. And he was like, build what? A baseball field, and they're gonna come. Well, when this me when he heard it, he got to the area, and it's the scene from Casino. They're in the cornfields beating the shit out of Joe baseball players and everything.
Put him in a hole and bury the hatchet.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's what I want with Aaron Boone.
You're gonna be able to get those good licks, those straight from your arms.
Make sure he's breathing when you bury him. Make sure he's still breathing. I want dirt in his lungs when the autopsy comes out. All right.
How that nigga trying to do a Kill Bill? Going up.
Yeah, but the next coach just fucked up our team. The GM and the owner fucked up our system, and now the Knicks are the Lakers. Except we don't have Bronny James. Thank God. Thank the good Lord. We don't have Bronny James.
Okay. Don't try.
Fuck home court. You don't have a defense to put up a fight in any round of the playoffs, let alone away or at home.
That's how I feel. Like, what are you talking about? Your defense is not. Defenses, they travel. Your defense don't travel because you ain't got no defense, bro.
See, this is his problem. Here he goes again. This is what Denali says, everybody, verbatim. Home court doesn't mean much when you have the better team. But the problem he forgets is that he doesn't have the better team. The Lakers are not the better team, maybe offensively, but not all around. It's been proven by a lot of guys already.
No, that is disturbing. I'm not gonna lie to you, Denali. That
It is still disturbing.
You don't want to see that shit.
I guess that's our Bronny is Josh Hart, but at least Bronny averages 0.1 rebound a game. This guy averages what, 9, the most for a guard in the league. At least he produces. At least he puts up points and gets layups and gets a hell of fucking offensive rebounds. What does Bronny do?
He's clutch.
What does Bronny do? Bronny gets sent to the G League. That's what.
Be cool, nigga.
Please stop the noise. When's the last time y'all made the conference finals? Oh, when was the last time, Lakers? When was the last time?
The bubble.
What, back in COVID? Jeez, the Stone Age. Denali was 12 years old back then. Denali didn't even have an iPhone or Wi-Fi service just yet during COVID.
That's crazy. You guys get rid of AD and you guys have no chance in hell to get anywhere.
I bet you Denali was a Warriors jersey 10 years ago.
You think so?
I think Denali wore a Warriors jersey 10 years ago.
Probably did.
And when he was born, he was wearing the Heat or the Spurs. I know it. I know it.
Why you say the Spurs? Oh, cause,
Yeah,
Tim
but
Duncan.
your problem is Bronny doesn't make everybody else around the go happy. And when I mean everybody around, I mean everybody around the entire arena around. I knew it. He's that young, that COVID. He was a baby.
Okay, he said he's a diehard.
Well,
Ask him something.
Can you be a realistic diehard instead of a delusional one?
Give him some trivia.
Let's get to the money players of the week.
What did Bill Walton do? The Lakers.
So every Monday we congratulate the best player of the weekend, and the money award goes to.
Give me a hell yeah!
Kyron Williams with 21 carries, 87 yards, 2 TDs, added 4 receptions for 30 yards. He was the X factor to me. He was the reason why they won the game. Without his points, obviously, they don't have them.
I still mad at him. He had juked somebody, went all the way around, turned the corner, and instead of doing the Jumpman logo with his tongue out, he did something stupid. He's wearing number 23 in Chicago. I would have did that. The Jumpman logo, just a troll.
That would have
went
gone
viral.
viral.
But
Facts.
he don't think like I do. He's stupid. So
There he is in the money mansion.
For those who don't know, every time you win the Money Player of the Week award, we put you in the Money Mansion with all the other award winners. And Kyron Williams finds himself in a luxurious.
I forgot to put Amon Ra last week. Forgot. My bad, Amon Ra. Great game.
That's a nice mansion right there. Now it's time for the Bum of the Week award.
A no good loser like you bum!
Denali, get ready, because it's none other than CJ Stroud. From having a miserable first half against the Pats and an even just more miserable second half. I have him holding that Bum of the Week award winner because he was the worst quarterback and he's been struggling for a very long time. Not to mention that the defense gave you opportunity on opportunity on opportunity, and the opposing quarterback's inexperience gave you opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity. Ask yourself what questions, CJ Stroud, Denali, and C.J. Stroud defenders. Ask yourself a question. How much did they score again? How much did they
I
score
think it
again?
was 17, 14, 17,
16 points. If Drake May would have had an interception and 4 fumbles against Pat Mahomes, how many points do you think Mahomes would have had? If you give Lamar Jackson 4 fumbles and an interception, how many points do you think Lamar Jackson would put up on him? If you give that to Joe Burrow, fucking Jalen Hurts,
Any of those quarterbacks.
Josh Allen,
They'll capitalize as long as they got the offensive coordinator.
brother, if you give that to Tom Brady's giving you a thank
Oh
you
my
note
goodness gracious. No.
at halftime. He's sending you a thank you note.
because he knows the game over after that.
Okay,
He capitalized.
C.J. Stroud. That's why you're not a top 10 quarterback, and that's why you're not a Saiyan warrior, because you got 4 gifts from the opposing quarterbacks, and all you managed was a bunch of field goals. You misfired on a few throws, especially in the end zone right after halftime. Remember that little banana route?
Mm-hmm.
I said that had he just zipped it as he was cutting, he would have got it a long time ago, touchdown. But he threw it way too late, and it was almost a pick six. The pick six that he threw was way too late.
Yeah, that was in the red zone too.
And then the guy that got the pick six, he got a second pick later in the game because you threw it way too late and behind, and he was able to gather his feet before going out of bounds. So that was your third pick.
That was Marcus Jones.
So, no, you belong as the Bum of the Week award winner, and every time you're a winner of the Bum of the Week award, we put you in the shelter. So let's see where we could put him, because there's no room. I can't see the sky almost anymore. So where are we gonna put this motherfucker in here? He's gonna be hopping for joy around right there next to Aaron Boone, right next to Russell Wilson, right above the Cowboys, Geno, Bryce, and stepping on A.J. Brown, last week's winner. There he goes. That's the only spot I could put. I'm like, there's a bunch of space here. I'm just gonna have him running right here, along with Russell Wilson, as I mentioned, Terrell Lawrence, Caleb Williams, the entire New York Trash and Cincinnati Bengals organization, and the Cowboys organization. My defensive coordinator, your offensive coordinator, Tua, Justin Herpes, Joe Burrow. Am I leaving anything? Oh, and the fucking Stefanski and Coleman. Saw Coleman drop another touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with Coleman? Travis Kelce, he dropped way too many passes this
But there
week.
was a flag though. I know he was supposed to catch it in hindsight, but there was a flag, so it didn't count. It wasn't gonna count.
But he should have caught it.
He should have got it. Right.
And that's about it. I think there's only 2 weeks left to choose a Bum of the Week. I mean, a Bum of the Year award. So let's see.
A no good loser like you bum.
Stedham?
Something tells me he's gonna win.
Hey, that's on you, man. You get to pick. You get to make your predictions. I get to make mine.
I don't think
I'm
they're
kind
gonna.
of.
I'm not saying they're gonna win
right
because.
now, so I'm gonna.
I don't think they're gonna win because of him, but something tells me they're gonna win. Something tells me Drake May's
I've
gonna
been really
fuck
good
up
with
more
my
than he will.
predictions lately, so I don't know. My hunches have been good.
Well, I got it right with Caleb. I got it wrong with Buffalo,
Caleb was just.
but not because Drake May did anything, or not Drake May, not because what's his face,
Bo
Bo
Nix.
Nix did anything. Is because this motherfucker just kept fucking up.
Yeah, because the more I think about the fact that they scored 30 points,
Despite all
it's
that,
crazy.
he had no business losing to that. That's why he's part of the reason why he's the biggest choke job I've ever seen. New England, I got. San Fran, I didn't get. And I learned not to put Purdy in the top 10 conversation ever again. And that's it. Yep.
Yeah, we could probably keep Purdy off the top 10.
Fuck Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I get it because they weren't hurt, but no, Seattle's defense is good, but it ain't.
What was the best game
It ain't
of the
the
week?
Chicago Bears up 85. You can score on them, and you know how to score on them. They didn't take advantage of nothing.
What was the best game of the week that you watched?
None.
I know, right? It was just like
None.
so
I
underwhelming.
would say the Rams game because it came down to the wire at the end. The Buffalo-Denver game came down to the wire, but it was sloppy. It was sloppy, crazy calls on both sides. It was hard to watch. The Rams-Chicago game, the end of the game was better watching than that. Especially with that crazy.
It was gonna be sloppy with all those turnovers. All those games had turnovers. That's the problem.
Yeah, but there was flags and it was just a lot in the end of the Denver Buffalo game. It was more like a headache than a popcorn.
What team do you play the best? What team do you play the best?
What team I thought played the best?
I'd say Seattle. I think Seattle's defense absolutely carried, but they was able to run the ball effectively. Sam Darnold threw the ball
And
pretty
kick
effectively.
return, so that was a team win. So yeah, the most complete was Seattle, but trust me, don't let that scoreboard fool you. Seattle's offense didn't do jack shit most of that game. They were punting just as much as the San Fran.
Nah, but they scored though. You know what I'm saying? They did score.
I don't know what you were talking about, bro. See,
They did. They scored. What was it? 3 on the ground and 1 passing.
let's look again. Ten, no, 17.
Yeah, that's where they went crazy. It was at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and one of them was from
Yeah, from the
kick return.
kick return. Yeah.
So 10 points,
So they had a field goal
7,
and another touchdown.
and nothing until the turnover. It was nothing but after this score right here, they were not doing nothing but punting until the turnover.
But I'm saying, put the stats right there. You still have to convert on it. Go to Seahawks. You still have to convert on it. That's 4 touchdowns offensively.
Yeah, but like I said, that came later. At the beginning of the game, at one point of the game, it looked like these Lions were letting him stick around for some reason. You're looking at the 41 game.
No, I'm looking at the because I know in the middle they were struggling. Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is,
But the only thing is,
they were way more consistent.
the only thing is that
offensively
these
than
guys kept scoring field
Texas.
goals.
That too.
That's the problem. These guys
But
only
to
kept
me,
scoring field goals.
this game was over in the first quarter because it was just
Yeah.
like, it just like it was like a buzzsaw. they was cutting up in the first quarter.
And then the Seahawks were like, well, they ain't scoring, so let's have some fun out here.
Let's go out here and just
But I think that
terrorize.
I think that Brock Purdy and them played way shittier than they normally do, and they have nobody to blame for themselves. And I think the Seahawks are primed for a Super Bowl run, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Because Matthew Stafford can come out better, can come out worse.
Go with the QB rules.
I have no idea who's going to have a better game next week. It's Sam or Matthew Stafford.
I think it'll be Matt. I think for some reason I feel like he has his game circled, like, because they lost. That was a bad loss. Say what you want to say. That was a bad loss to Seattle. After you basically like was controlling
But Devontae Adams didn't play
the
that
whole game. I think he got hurt in that game, didn't he?
No, I think he was already hurt.
You sure? I don't know.
Because we
I
were
feel like
watching
in
a
the
game.
middle of that game, he was there.
Because we were watching a
And then
game.
the offense.
We were watching a game. It was them, and because it was important, because they could still win the division.
Let me see.
And I remember seeing Devontae Adams in the sideline. I just don't remember if it was against Seattle or was it against San Fran? Because I know all three of them play each other at the end of the season. And I couldn't remember which one it was, but I remember that Devontae Adams didn't play one of those games. But that's not even the point. The point is, I cannot trust Matthew Stafford for the last few weeks.
No, I hear you.
But I don't trust Sam Darnold either. Maybe the oblique injury is the best thing that ever happened for him. Maybe he ain't going to throw so much, so he ain't going to have the opportunity to fuck it up so much.
Yeah. Maybe. That probably could be it. That the fact that, I mean, we don't know what we're going to see from Sam Darnold in this game either. So that could be the saving grace. The fact that I would trust Matthew Stafford knowing,
My hot take, this Super Bowl is Seattle's to lose. It's Seattle's to lose. There's the best offense and defense left in the league.
That is true. You're right about that.
And arguably,
still got question marks about the quarterback, but we'll see.
Arguably head coach. Let's see if McVay can fix the science of McDonald's defense. As I was saying, it's Mike versus Sean. It's Mike Vrabel, whatever his name is, versus Sean Payton, and then it's Mike McDonald versus punk ass Sean McVay. So, and then Sean McDermott got fired today. Finish him. Fucking
no pun intended.
No pun intended. Now let's go watch some Shawn Michaels and Michael Jordan. There you go. Because we ain't going Diddy. That's the wrong Sean right there. Finish him. No Diddy. That's the wrong Sean right there.
He said Michael Jordan.
I was trying to go for another Sean, but the only one I could think of is No Diddy.
Sean Penn.
Fuck him. I don't even remember him from any movie. All right, y'all. What? Appreciate y'all tuning in.
You're kidding.
I do remember who he is. I just can't remember what movie he made. We're going to come back on Thursday to give you the NBA tiers. We haven't done that in a while. We're going to give you the superstar tiers. We're going to give you top 10 Thursday, some random shit here. And also, we're going to make our predictions for the Saturday night game and give you the state of the NBA all on Thursday.
Give me a hell yeah!
Comment to us if you want any random top 10.
Yeah, any top 10 list that you want me to rank up, just put it in the comments. And you already know. And we'll do it. We like top 10 Thursdays just to have fun with the chat. And then make our predictions for the Saturday game, as we said. No, there's no Saturday game. They're only Sundays, right?
Yeah, Sunday.
It's only Sunday. So Saturday we make our predictions. So Thursday's nothing but basketball and top 10, basically, because we ain't got much football.
There you go, Denali.
Only football we'll talk is if somebody gets hired, new coaches and shit like that. Hopefully we'll see a trade or two for the Lakers, because Denali, he's praying for a championship. He's praying. All right, Denali, appreciate y'all tuning in. Once again, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, spam the like, share this with your friends, and comment. Give us your takes. Give us your Money Player of the Week and your Bum of the Week award winner, motherfucker.